Hey artists, in this video, we're continuing on with part 2 of our 1-point perspective project, making words look three-dimensional. So I've drawn a vanishing point in between the letter A and the letter T. What we're going to do is line up the ruler with our vanishing point and line up our ruler with the corner of our letters. We're going to continue working with pencil first to connect the corners of our letters with our vanishing point, always using the ruler every single time. When we are starting with our vanishing point, we want to work with the shapes or letters closest to the vanishing point first. So I started off with the T and then I'm going to move on to the A because those are the letters that are the closest to the vanishing point. So I line up the ruler with the vanishing point and the corners of the letters. I cannot draw the line through the letter, so once I hit the design on my letter, I have to pick my pencil up. So I will continue connecting the ruler with the vanishing point, connecting the ruler with the edges of our letter, including the inside shapes of our letter. Every single time I am planning on drawing a line, I make sure that the ruler is lined up with the vanishing point and lined up with the corners of the letter. I can't draw lines through my letter. So every time my pencil hits the letter, that's when I know to stop drawing my line. You have to be careful each time, making sure that the ruler doesn't shift in between. Each time you have to redraw a new line receding to the vanishing point. I really want to enforce doing this with a pencil first because this is a concept that could be difficult and you need to make sure that the lines are accurately placed. So don't do this with marker first. Please use a pencil. I'm using an H pencil because an H pencil will give a lighter, cleaner line that will be easier to erase. Don't press too hard with the pencil while doing this. We are going to trace over everything using a ultra fine point marker, so that's why I like using the H pencil to create a thin line that will be easy to erase if I make a mistake. Continue going from each one of the letters in your word towards the vanishing point. What you're looking for are all of the corners and bends, the angles that make up your block letter. Really take your time making sure that the ruler is lined up with the corner and the vanishing point to keep your perspective accurate. One of the things that I'm looking for in this project is that your perspective is accurate. Every time that I am drawing the line, I am making sure that my ruler is lined up with the vanishing point and lined up with the corner of the letter. This is not something that I'm going to just eyeball. By taking the time to make sure that everything is accurately lined up, you will have good craftsmanship in your drawing. Once I finish the word, then I'll move on to adding these lines to the shapes. So it's the same process repeated for the shapes. We're going to line up the corner of our shape and the vanishing point and then draw the line with the ruler. So lining up with the vanishing point, the corner of the shape, and then drawing the line. We stop when we hit another letter. Again, I like working from the shapes that are closer to the vanishing point, and then move to the next shape. This is going to help make everything look like it's really zooming from the vanishing point, popping out of the paper. Accuracy with the ruler is very important for this skill. So while you're drawing the lines, you can use your non-dominant hand to hold the ruler steady while you're drawing the line. Really take your time to be careful while you're doing this. The more accurate that you are with the pencil, the easier it will be when you move on to the marker. This triangle shape is a little bit cut off from the video, but I'm doing the exact same thing, finding the corners of the triangle, lining it up with the vanishing point, and drawing the line and stopping when I hit another shape. You're going to do this for all of the shapes that you've drawn on your paper. I know some of this was cut out of the camera frame, but do the best that you can. And if you have any questions or need help, ask a friend or ask the teacher. This feels like it is a lot of lines because it is. This is what's going to make our drawing really look three-dimensional. By using those lines receding into space, we're going to be able to shade with colored pencil and make things look like they are really popping out. If you're working on your paper and you need a longer ruler than 12 inches, let me know because I do have longer rulers. I absolutely prefer using this metal ruler that has a cork back because it creates a very clean line. Some of the wooden rulers do not have a very clean edge, so try and pick the metal rulers. Once you're sure that your lines are right, you might want to check in with me before you move on to the Sharpie marker phase. And then you're going to use the ruler to go over all of the lines that you did in pencil. So this is a good place to, again, take your time, go carefully over your lines to have good craftsmanship. I also really like using the metal ruler for this step because the metal ruler will help provide a more precise line. I can't wait to see how your project is turning out. Please check in with me after you finish this section.